Hello, Facebook. What's going on? Facebook, FIMP, 50 and over, my tailor-made training for you business page, Twitch, YouTube, for all the outlets that's out there. I'm live from Tailor-Made Training for You, coming at you. It's the No Judgment Zone with yours truly, Sean Taylor. Thanks for tuning in. Those, if anybody is tuning in at the moment, or if you will see this later. This is the No Judgment Zone with yours truly, Sean Taylor, discussing topics with no judgments. Again, discussing topics with no judgments. I do apologize for my tardiness, but I was kind of a little bit behind the eight ball today. Just a little bit behind the eight ball. So, pretending. Pretending is exhausting. I made a post today that, man, it is pretending to be something that you're not is definitely exhausting. It takes so much out of you. So take it for somebody who's lied, whatever, for so long because I didn't like who I was. And so one of the things that's really sad in our society, that you got a lot of people that are walking around not liking who they are. They're not comfortable in their own skin. And you have to come to a place to where you have to start loving you. You know, I love me some me. It took me a long time to get there, but I remember hearing T.O. saying he's one of mine. I got several, but T.O. was one of my favorite athletes. You know, he's misunderstood. People say it's controversial with whatever with their judgments. Somebody's always got something to say, right? So, but I remember him getting in front of the camera. He was on the sidelines. He was like, "I love me some me," and I love that. I love that, and I stole it, because I love that. That was something that my mom was always. She was always trying to breathe that into me. Just growing up. We grow up, we have insecurities and things of that nature. A lot of people ask me all the time, have you always had confidence? No, I have not. I have not always had confidence. Was pretty quiet growing up. Took me, I would say in my 20s, I started slowly coming out of my shell. But to start liking yourself and then transfer into loving yourself, that's a process. We as individuals, we pick ourselves apart, and then we have society picking us apart. And then you have to deal with the judgments, all those different type of things. It was easier for me to pretend to be something that I'm not. Pretending is very exhausting. It's like having 3 extra jobs on top of your full-time job. So it's almost like you got 4 jobs. Covert operations, the whole 9 yards. You're telling this lie to avoid that lie, to cover up that lie. You're pretending to be accepted, to be loved, to be wanted. You know what I'm saying? You to fit in. So it's so crazy how we compare our lives to other people's lives. And I was having a discussion. I don't know if it was with Kevin. I don't know who it was, but I know it was with one of my dudes. We was having a discussion that people, they put so many people on pedestals, from athletes to actors, and not realizing that those people are normal people just like you are. They just got more money, or they're just in the, doing this or doing that, but they still got problems. It doesn't matter how much money you have in your account. It doesn't matter your status. It doesn't matter your title. Everybody deals with life stuff. Everybody deals with problems. Everybody deals with such situations and circumstances. Everybody wants to be accepted, loved, liked. And this subject just came in my head this morning, that pretending it's exhausting. And so I started replaying my years of pretending when it comes to relationships, when it comes to friends, just making up these outlandish stories just to be liked, just to be accepted. And I always go back to death. It changes you. When you see how short life is, it puts everything in such a broader, not a broader, but really a small perspective, to where you see what is important in this life. And you see how short life is. And we spend so much time trying to please people, trying to be accepted, wanting to be loved, wanting to have somebody to love, not wanting to be alone, all these different type of things. Loner, for me, I've always been a loner at heart. I can always entertain myself, even as a kid. I can always entertain myself. I never had to be around a large mass of people or have a large group of people to feel complete. That's one thing I never had to deal with. I can eat alone. I can go to watch a movie alone. My biggest thoughts, my best when I'm at my creativity, the things that's just my writing and things of that nature, it happens when I'm alone. My best creativity happens when I'm alone. And some people are like, really, you like it? No, I don't like being alone. I love being alone. Because I can concentrate on focus on those things that I need to concentrate and focus on. Don't mind people. I don't mind people, but I'm okay if people aren't around. I can sit at the house all day by myself and be perfectly fine. Not go anywhere, be perfectly fine. Not do anything, be perfectly fine. That is something that you have to be used to, have already done for years, or have to kind of grow into. When you can be alone and be in tune with yourself, it's one of the most healthiest things, because now you can concentrate on loving yourself and self-love. Self-love is one of the most powerful things that's out there. You got so many people out here pretending to be something that they're not, just because they want to be loved, just because they want to be liked, just because they want to be accepted. Pretending is very exhausting. When you're pretending to be something that you're not and you're afraid to show who you really are, it's exhausting as hell, because you're doing it day in, day out, morning in, morning out, morning, afternoon, night. You're doing it 7 days a week, 365 days a year, every second on a minute, every minute on an hour. You're constantly pretending, constantly being fake, constantly being unoriginal. And you're not doing it for you, you're doing it for other people. You're doing it to please other people, not because you necessarily want to. So where there's life, there's death. Where there's death, there's life. It was December 2018 was my wake-up call. It was a huge wake-up call. It's strange in a sense that I had to see my mother being buried in the ground for me to be reborn, in a sense. And everything she told me pretty much came to the surface. It's like every conversation, every laugh, every hug, things from childhood, it just came to the surface. Things I forgot about. It just came to the surface. And I still like, why is that? Because there were lessons and my eyes need to be open because they was closed shut for years. And so when I saw how short life was, because I remember seeing her 3 days. She was fine. Three days later, she was gone. It put things in such a positive perspective for me. And I saw how short life is. Now I don't tolerate BS. I don't waste my time with people. I realize this life is too short to be pretending. It's too short to be fake. It's too short to deal with manipulators of wasting your time. Even in my business, when people call and they're shopping prices, I'm like, listen, you either want to have a consultation with me or not, because I don't have time to be going through where is it? I'm looking good, people. This whole entire price sheet with you through text message. You see all these different prices? People are calling about prices. Listen, man, when it comes to your body, you're either going to shit or get off the pot. You shopping around for things like you looking for a house or a car. And it ain't even that daggum expensive. And it ain't even that doggone serious. I don't waste time with business. I don't waste time with so-called friends. I don't waste time with nonsense. Period. I see that this life is extremely short. But when you're in tune with yourself and you finally wake up from all those years of slumber of sleep, we're just wanting to be accepted. And you stop pretending. And you start being 100% transparent, people don't know how to take you. You start being 100% truthful, people don't know how to take you. They miss that lying dude. They miss that dude who gassing them up with the BS. They miss that dude who telling them what they want to hear. They can't get used to that brutal butt naked truth. And when I sat back and I broke down, as when I see it, I didn't. It was so surreal that she was gone because she was like my superhero. So it didn't really hit me till they lowered that casket down, and that's when reality kicked in. And I was like, I don't have that positive person who sees the positive thing out of all the negative stuff in this world. I don't have that person who stays neutral when it comes to the negative and the positive. I don't have that person who was my voice of reason and more. Now I got to deal with all these normal people. When I saw her down, I became a recluse, and I'm still a recluse. Sometimes people call, I won't pick up because I've gotten used to the silence. I've gotten used to the peace. I've gotten used to the no drama. I've gotten used to not being around petty people. I've gotten used to not being around judgmental people because I just totally took myself out of the equation. I'm not going to judge you. You could judge me all day. Judge away. Why I talk so much about me and my wretched past and like this pretending stuff is so exhausting is because somebody needs to hear that. Somebody who has watched or looked at a post or listened to a video or heard me speak are pretending. Somebody somewhere is pretending. They're not admitting they're pretending, but there's somewhere, somebody someplace is pretending. Truth changes you. It's gonna change you. It's gonna be gut wrenching. That's why I'm like, this is me and my butt naked truth. I'm like, I ain't got time to be pleasing people on social media. Hell, I don't even know majority of these people. Why should I worry about what they think? Why should I worry about what they say? Why should I worry about their negative comments? I don't even know them. Why should I have a social media beef with these people? I don't even know them. When somebody posts a negative comment, I just delete it. Simple. When sometimes someone says something negative, I am silent. Because silence can't be misconstrued. Silence can't be misinterpreted. You can't repeat silence. You can't gossip about silence. See, silence gives you nothing. Silence gives you the silent FU. It gives you the silent finger. That's what silence does. Silence is silence, but it speaks louder. It speaks louder than a marching band. It's louder than a bullhorn. Its silence is very loud. But people are so simple-minded, they don't understand how loud silence can be. If you are watching this and you are somebody who is pretending to be something that you're not, it ain't even worth it. If you're pretending just to please somebody, it's not even worth it. If you got to pretend to be loved, to be accepted, it's not even worth it. Sometimes you have to cut people off and you have to change your circles. Because some of those people next year are going to be talking about and doing the same things that they were doing this year. The wouldas, the couldas, and the those people are going to be constantly doing the same thing. As you grow higher, you're going to leave people alone. But you're going to leave them behind if they not leveling up themselves. It comes with the territory of growth. As you grow higher, if they're not trying to level up, they're going to be left behind. It's like two people trying to get in shape. One person is consistent. The other person is holding on and defending their excuses and procrastination every day. As that person keeps losing weight, that person keeps gaining weight. As that person keeps getting slimmer, that person keeps getting wider. As that person body fat keeps dropping, that person's body fat keeps rising. It's not meant to be on purpose, but they both had the common goal, but this person forced themselves to keep leveling up. This person is stuck in complacency. This person is stuck in a level of comfort. This person is living in fear. This person is worrying about what everybody is saying. It's worrying about when they go to the gym, everybody is looking at them because they're overweight. You have to have tunnel vision to the BS when it comes to this life. You got to stop pretending to be something that you're not. There are women, there are men who will love you in your nakedness. Brothers, there are women who will love you in your nakedness. And I'm not talking about nakedness in the physical form. I'm talking about nakedness in the psychological form. I'm talking about nakedness in the mental form. I'm talking about nakedness in the emotional form. I'm talking about nakedness when it comes to your past. But they're trying to get to know you, and their response is, I want to get to know you so I can know how to treat you better. I want to get to know you so I can love you better. I want to get to know you so I can understand you better. I want to get to know you so I don't make the same mistakes that that person made. I want to get to know you so I know I know what you like and I know what you don't like. I want to know what your favorite color is. I want to know what your favorite movie is. I want to know what kind of music that you like. I'm interested in you. I don't give a damn about what you did in your past. Real people are few and far between. If you have someone that's transparent in your life, gravitate to them as much as you can. Because to have someone in your life that's going to be real with you 24/7, it's going to force you to level up. It's going to force you to elevate mentally. It's going to force you to think differently because so you can change. Because if you don't change how you think, you can't change your life. If you're still talking about yesterday and yesteryear, you can't change your life. If you're still stuck because you are afraid, you can't change your life. If you got to pretend with people for them to accept you and for them to love you, take it for somebody who did that. That's a sad, sad way to live. Because someone who genuinely cares something about you, they're going to accept you right there at face value. There will be no judgments. Gwen said it best, and Gwen is my mother. In order for anything to work out between two people, judgments cannot be in the middle of it. Because if you got judgments in it, it's not going to work, period. Because what judgments do, it picks things apart. It tears things down. It's not, judgments don't do nothing about lifting people up. If you think judgments lift people up, you are highly disillusioned. Judgments don't lift people up. Judgments tear people down. They do. The people who truly care about you ain't gonna never judge you. They ain't never gonna tear you down. Those are the few and far between people that matter. And the one that does judge you, their opinions don't matter. They never did. You have to have the beautiful ability to ignore simple-minded people. You have to force yourself to do that. And you have to practice that. You have to learn how to spare yourself the going back and forth with these people with these negative, toxic mindsets. You have to be mindful of people who are pretending to be positive. Just watch it. You ain't got to do no digging. Just observe. You will see how judgmental these people are. Ladies, if you got a man tearing you down for where you are physically, you got to get away from him. Brothers, if you got a woman tearing you down for where you are physically, you got to get away from them. What job you work, if they tear you down where you work, they tear you down for how much money you don't have. They tear you down by where you live. Your house not big enough. Your car ain't shiny enough. You ain't got enough this. You ain't got enough that. You got to get away from those people because those people will never love you for you. They will love you for what you can do for them. They will love you for monetary situations. They won't love you and like you for who you truly are. And you will have to pretend to stay into their acceptance. You will have to constantly pretend to stay in their good graces. Get naked in front of them mentally and see what they do. See, when you strip yourself in front of somebody mentally and emotionally and psychologically naked and see what they do, now you're going to see if you're going to be accepted. I said it once, I said it twice, I'll say it again. Majority of people who commit suicides because they want to open up to people, but they can't open up to people because they are afraid, they are petrified, they are horrified of the judgments. You know how sad it is for somebody to take their life. They want to open up to people, but the whole world is judging them. So they rather leave. They rather take themselves out than not to be judged. That's how messed up our society is. No one wants to talk about that. The suicide rate statistically is more higher than men than it is anybody else. No one wants to talk about that. No one wants to talk about how it feels for a woman to be loved naked and for a man to be loved naked. And I'm not talking about naked in the physical form. Listen to me, people. I'm talking about naked. Naked from the cerebral. I'm talking about naked psychologically. I'm talking about naked emotionally. You know how hard it is to find somebody who's going to love you naked? Pretending is exhausting. Take it for somebody who just was years of just being tired. I lost my mother. She was my mom. She was my dad. She was my counselor. She was my therapist. She was my friend. She was my everything. She was my go-to. So when I lost her, I was lost. And some days I do feel lost. She was the one person I could go to who I knew wasn't going to go back. It was between her and God. There was two people I know I can go and talk to. I ain't never going to hear the rumor again. I know I can confide in them too because they're not going to go and talk behind my back. I know I can confide in them too because, and to walk around without her, now I'm supposed to trust common people when they've all have talked behind my back at some point. They all have betrayed me and stabbed me in my back at something that they knew about me at some point. Whether they know, if I know or not, I know. So I'm just putting it out there. I know. If you don't think I know, I know. And you'll never find out how I know. I'm supposed to trust common people. That's why people's circles get smaller and smaller and smaller and smaller because of judgmental people. You get to the point to where you get sick and tired of being 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 sick and doggone tired. Not only do you got so-called friends judging, you got society judging, you got the world judging, you got your family judging you, you got everybody judging you. But they want you to open up to them. Why don't people open up? Because you at some point, why don't people tell you anything? Because you at some point has judged them. That's why they don't tell you nothing. Because they already automatically know what your response is going to be. That's why they don't open up to you, because they already know what your response is going to be. That's why they don't confide in you, because they already know what your response is going to be. You will be baffled if I open up my inbox and showed you how many people reach out to me, don't know me from a can of paint, but because they know I'm going to keep it between me and them. They'll never hear it out there at all. I was doing that for years. I ain't never been that pillow talking person. I never been that snitching, dry snitching person. I never been that person talking behind somebody's back. That's not who I am. That's not who Gwen raised me to be. She said, never be that guy. That's the most pathetic man on the planet. That's very weak. There's things that I can destroy people with. And they throwing shade on my name, but I'm protecting them. Because I'm from a different cloth. They from that sidewalk life. I'm from that street life. We just don't do that. We are not the same. We have a code. I used to tell people, I trust people in jail, drug dealers, I trust people from the wrong side of the track before I trust a person from the right side of the track. Why? Because there's no judgments. That's why. There's 100% acceptance because we speak the same language. There's a lot of people out here don't have a code they live by because it's all about them. For me, once you judge me once, I'm not open up to you again. I just can't do it because you already showed me your hand. You already showed me the code that you live by. And if you were my woman or my that, you can forget it. That's not you. I'm not open up to you for nothing because you can't keep it with you. But you want somebody to have your back. If you want somebody to have your back, you got to know how to have other people's back. If you want somebody to be loyal to you, you got to understand loyalty has nothing to do with mistakes. Loyalty is something that is loyal even on bad terms. We can be mad as hell at each other. But if you're in trouble, I got your back. You call me, I'm there for you. There's a difference between street life and sidewalk life. You got a lot of people talking street when they all about that, knowing that they're about that sidewalk life. They don't even know what it's like to go without a meal. They don't even know what it's like to come home and the lights are off. They don't even know what it's like to not have a dime in their pocket. They don't even know what they don't even know what it's like to fight to go to school and to fight to come home. They don't know what it's like. They have no idea. But you got a lot of people sidewalk life living, talking like they street. Ain't got no war wounds to show that they from the street or nothing, but they sure talk street. The thing about street people, they don't say nothing. They just look at you. Knowing that you fugazi as hell, they just look at you. And inside, they're just shaking their head. Saying inside them just like, would you look at this fool? Street people are smart, man. They see you before you come. When you tell them the story, they have already deciphered it out to where the truth is and where those lies are that you tell. Because you're doing too much in your storytelling. You're trying too hard. Everybody thinks loyalty has to do with not messing up and making mistakes. You ain't got a damn thing to do with that. That's sidewalk loyalty. That's what that is. That's white collar loyalty. That's born with a silver spoon in your mouth loyalty. Without struggle, there will be no progress. Pretending is too exhausting. You got people, you know how bad society is? You got people who ain't from the ghetto or the projects, Section 8, the hood, the ghetto. They think the ghetto is a glorious place to be. You ever heard a person who come from a sidewalk life lie and say they from the hood? What kind of lie is that to tell? I just don't understand it. Growing up hard, if you ask anybody from the hood, ghetto, the projects, food stamps, welfare, you ask anybody or give them a choice to be born with a silver spoon in their mouth from the suburbs or be from the ghetto, they're going to choose the suburbs every freaking time. Because that other side is hell. And you got the straight-laced people constantly judging them left and freaking right. But when they go through the struggle, they have the strength to get through it. But when they go through the struggle, they crumbling and failing. They can't make it. One thing about Gwen, one thing about G-Ma Louise, one thing about Auntie Deborah, my Uncle Junior, one thing about my family, they prepared us for how this world's going to be. I remember them jokers telling me as a kid that the world don't care nothing about you. And they kept saying it, 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 and they kept saying it. 5 years old, they saying it. 10 years old, they saying it. 12 years old, they saying it. 13 years old, saying it. 14 years old, they saying it. 15 years old, they telling me. 16 years old, they telling me. 17 years old, they telling me. 18 years old, they telling me. 19 years old, they telling me. 20 years old, they telling me. 25, they keep telling me. They kept telling me so much that the world didn't care nothing about me. So when I got out there, I was already prepared. I was a soldier, ready, equipped for it. And when you don't prepare people to let them know that the world don't care nothing about them, when they get out there, they're petrified. The world don't care nothing about nobody but itself, and it's revolving. You could die tomorrow, the world gonna keep revolving. You could lose your job today, the world gonna keep revolving. You can go through a divorce, the world gonna keep revolving. You can get cheated on, lied to, the world gonna get revolving. You could be crimes can be committed against you. You're gonna keep revolving. You could be robbed, carjacked, the world gonna keep revolving. You could be locked up in jail, the world gonna keep revolving. It don't care nothing about you. Thank God for real people in my life that told me as a child that the world didn't care nothing about me. So when I got out there, I was not shocked. I was 100% ready to prepare because I already knew. They gave us the blueprint. So when things went wrong, I went and slit my throat and slit my wrist and oh, you know, I mean, all right. I done been through worse than this growing up. So, okay, I got this. Taught you how to hustle. Taught you how to work. Me and my brother been working since before we were teenagers, mowing lawns and stuff. That's where the hustle starts. My grandmother used to always say a man should be the first one to leave the house, the last one to get home. That's a real dude right there. That's a real hard-working man right there. See, when your son sees the father work hard, he has no freaking excuse. When the daughter sees her dad working hard, she has no excuse of what a hard-working man looks like. Pretending is exhausting, people. It's exhausting. So I don't know who you're pretending for. Whoever you pretending for, you need to cease and desist that nonsense. It's not even worth it. They ain't even worth it. And if you got to pretend to have them in your life, it is not going to last. Take it for somebody that knows, that had pretended, lied, just to try to hold on to people, just to be loved and just to be accepted. No, long gone those days. You have no idea how powerful you become when you don't care what people think about you. You have no idea how powerful you become when you don't care what they say about you. You have no idea how powerful you become if you don't care if they support your business or not, if they walk away or not. Because every day you bet on yourself. You know what you bring to the table. They're going to be replaced by somebody else. Boom. 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 See, as long as you bet on yourself and you know that you know that you know that you worth betting on yourself, you always gonna win. You always gonna win. Even when you lose, you gonna win. This life here, man, is chess. It ain't checkers. That's why people keep losing at it, because they keep playing checkers instead of playing chess. You got to move strategically. I posted something on yesterday that I move like I sell drugs. I move like I sell drugs. I hustle like I sell drugs. I hustle like I ain't got nothing in my pocket. That's constantly staying hungry on purpose. That's what it's about. It's hard to beat somebody with a hustle mentality. It's hard to beat somebody with a street mentality. It's hard to beat somebody who all they know is work. It's hard to beat somebody if all they know is pain. It's hard to beat somebody if all they know is darkness. It's hard to beat somebody who's always ain't been a gladiator. You can't beat them on your best day. And even when you think they beating you, you beating them. They still beating you. You may have them on their knees. They're gonna look up, blood ripping from their face, and say, "You hit like a bitch. Now let me let me give you this work." It's hard beating somebody when fighting is all they know how to do. You can't beat them. You can't defeat them. You will never be able to, because they've been fighting all their life. They've been fighting all their life. You can't beat that person. You'll never be able to. You'll never be stronger than them. You can't even come close. In your strength, it is weakness. On their worst day. Let me retort. Your strength on your best day is weakness. On their worst day. Be who you are. Be who you are. I tell people all the time, if you know that you suffered in baby shit and you suffered in store-bought cotton, please quit talking like you hard. Be who you are. You are sidewalk life. You're not about that street life, man. Be who you are. You looking plumb dumb when you do that. Be who you are. Pretending is too exhausting. You're born from the suburbs talking like you hard. Be who you are. That's not you. You ain't about that. Stop that. Stop doing that. Pretending is too exhausting. Ain't you tired of lying? Ain't you tired of pretending that you somebody hard? Ain't you tired of pretending to be hard when you suffered in store-bought cotton? Ain't you tired of that? You gotta be tired of that. Because people like me gonna expose you. I'm gonna pull your card. Because I'm gonna see how tough you are. And I know you reek of Charmin toilet paper. And you pretending to be, stop doing that. Pretending is too exhausting. It's too exhausting. It's extremely exhausting. Be who you are. Don't forget about if they don't like you and they don't accept you. Forget about her if she don't love you. Forget about her if you not making enough money, or you not driving this type of car, or you don't live in this type of house. Forget about that chick, man. Because forget about her. Make room for the real one that's gonna come. It may take some time for her to get there, but she on her way. If he can't accept you for where you are and what you've been through in your life, woman, don't worry about it. Keep it moving. Make room for the real dude. He on his way. Just be patient. He on his way. Bruh, just be patient. She on her way. They're coming. Everything you went through is going to be worth it if you just be patient. every pain, every hurt, everything that you've been through, it's going to be worth it. Just be patient. Just be patient. If you be patient, it's coming. It's on its way. Be patient. Don't worry about what they say. Don't worry about what they think. If they don't like you for who you are, F them. Forget about them fools, man. Be who you are, man. Be who you are. I ain't going back to line for these fools, man, pretending for these fools out here, for them to like me, accept me, for her to stay with me, for her to be with me. If I ain't good enough, then get to stepping. You ain't hurting my feelings. I lost my mom. I would survive you 10 times over. Because that was a real woman in my book. You, whatever. I done had you plenty of times, whatever. So if you walk out, if you want to leave, bye. Bye. Have the gift of goodbye, like TD Jakes say. Have the gift. Man, I got the, bro, I got that gift. Brother got gifts. I don't mind telling you bye. I don't mind telling the client bye. I don't mind telling a friend bye. Bye. A girl, bye. Woman, bye. You weak. Who wants somebody that's going to walk away from me anyway? That's just weak. It was just a matter of time that it was going to leave anyway. They ain't going to stick by your side anyway. So go ahead and give them an early out. Go ahead and give them their ETS papers, baby. Go and give them their retirement papers, baby. Give them the papers. Give them papers. And people take this the wrong way. Oh, Sean, that's somebody. I said this once in a video, and somebody inboxed me and they said, "Oh, Sean, that's kind of crass. That's kind of cold." It's kind of cold for me to tell the truth that the most important women in my life are gone. And if another woman leaves out my life, I'm going to be fine. Brother, that's just truth. You take it how you want to. Woman, that's just truth. Take it how you want to. That's just the truth. Period. That's my truth. I already lost the best women in my life. They gone. They're not coming back. So if you want to bounce, bounce. I'll help you pack. I will help your behind pack. And I won't be nasty about it. I'll thank you for the opportunity. I appreciate you. Thank you for the time. I enjoyed the moments. But I ain't going to make nobody be with me that don't want to be with me. Gwen used to tell me all the time, baby, you can't make nobody like you. You can't make nobody love you. You can't make nobody want you. Gwen also told me, dogs chase after cars. Sean, you ain't got to chase nobody affection, attention, or love. Either they want to give it freely or they don't. Baby, don't chase. Don't chase. Keep your dignity intact, son. Know your purpose as a man. Keep your dignity intact. You can't make nobody stay with you that want to leave. What? My mom used to tell me, Sean, God gives us free will. Give these fools out here free will. So I give everybody free will. Relationship, clients, people calling, inquiring. Hey, well, I don't see your prices on the website. Well, you ain't supposed to see my prices on the website, fool, because I ain't meant to put them there. It's to weed out manipulative people wasting my time, because every client I got ain't asked me for no damn price over the phone. Every client I got has never asked me for a price over the phone. They called, set the consultation, came in, signed up. That's how that, see, that's people who know that they know what they want. People who ask you for prices, baby, you shopping for shoes. Get your behind out of it, man. Listen, I'm busy. I don't have time to be going through this whole price list through text and over the phone. If you serious about something, you gonna just go get it. That's what my mentor 20-some years told me. Sean, if they serious about training with you, they gonna come get it, baby. They ain't asking for no prices over the phone. It's not a client I got today has called me, asked me for no price over the phone. Hey, I found you on Facebook. I saw you, blah, blah, blah. Where are you located? Okay, the address. Okay, I maybe overlooked the address. I didn't see it there. List the address. Okay, all right. What's a good time for the consultation? Well, I got 12 and I got 1 p.m. Okay, give me that 1 p.m. You know what? Can we do 1:30? Okay, I'm gonna come in 1:30. All right, come in. Boom, bam, boom. We go. What your wants and needs? What you trying to do? When's the last time you work out? You got any pre-existing condition? What's your family history? Boom, 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 boom. What's your eating habits like? What you work? Is your work active and sedentary? Boom, 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 bam. All right, Sean. I want to go ahead and sign up. You want to look at the price? Yeah. You know what? Let me go ahead and look at the price sheet. All right. I'm going to take that one. That's why you ain't getting that weight off. You out here playing, but you're buying excursions and doing this and doing that and doing that, spending your money carelessly on nonsense that is non-beneficial to your heart beating right, getting you off the simvastatin, getting you off the insulin, getting you off that heart medication, getting you from that dead man walking or that dead woman walking status. If you want it, you ain't gonna make no excuses, and you ain't asking a billion of questions. Dude, where you at? I follow you, dude. I like what you got going on. I see what's going on. Where you at, man? I need to set a consultation. Every client I got right now that comes in here from 4:30 in the morning to 7 o'clock at night ain't never asked me no price over the doggone phone. And I don't waste time for that. Dude, I ain't got time. We got price check on aisle 3. Man, I ain't got time for that, dude. I got stuff to do. I ain't got time to be doing no price checks over the phone, bro. Go to somewhere else. I don't care if you get offended. Go to a $10 boot camp. If you ask for a price, that's probably what you need. Because you're cheap to say. Go there. But don't call TaylorMade Training for you wasting my time. I've been doing this for 20-something freaking years. And if you listen to me, I'll get the results. But if you BS, you're not going to get the results. You can't piss down my back and tell it's rain because I do the same thing that you do. I work out 5-6 days a week. I go through the same pain, same hurt, same aches, same recovery, eat the same boring food, broccoli, green. I do the same thing. So I practice what I preach. So please don't waste my freaking time. Call a $10 boot camp and carry your tired ass over there. Don't call people who've been doing this 20-something years plus, wasting our freaking time. I don't do boot camps, bruh, sis. Go to one of them. Don't call wasting my time. I don't care how you feel about it. I don't care whether you like it. You can say what you want about me. I really don't care. You ain't a client anyway, and you're not hurting my business. The clients that's been with me 4, 5, 6 years, them what do I care about? I care about my client. I don't care about you. Who are you? Who? What? Think what you think, feel how you feel, say what you say. I don't care. Because if you're serious about something, you're going to go get it. I had between 5 to 8 different trainers that I paid out my pocket, period, myself, before I even came on. Ain't asking them no questions. Hey, I want to train with you. I want to get what you got. You that dude. Okay, well, Sean is this, and that. All right, there you go. Boom. Because I know what I want. I ain't putting no house, no car, clothes before the way my body look. You can kill that vacation before my body look. Oh no, that body gonna stay tight. Because that's just my mindset. That's just my mindset. Your body is a representation. You may not like this one, but your body is a representation of your lifestyle. Ooh, Sean, you shouldn't have said, well, somebody got to tell him. And I'm not trying to win a popularity contest out here or whatever. Your body is a representation of your lifestyle. Think what you want. Think what you want. Anybody that knows me, know me. Anybody that knows me, and they've been knowing me for some years, I'm saying ever since I've known Sean, that boy been about that fitness life. So, dude, you new to this. I'm true to it. I'm passionate to it. I'm faithful to it. You ain't even on that level. So what do we have to talk about? What do we even have to discuss? What do we have to refute or to debate? You have no time in this game, this fitness game. You have no tenure. You have no skin in this game. Dude, I ain't finna go back and forth with you. I'll go back and forth with somebody who got skin in this fitness game, who's got tenure and time. We could go back and forth. Not you, New Jack, not you, rookie. I don't even have the time. What are we discussing? What are we talking about here? For real? That's what we're doing? You pretended. You're a pretender. You're a pretender. Pretenders waste time. Yeah. Pretenders waste time all the time. Pretenders price check. That's what pretenders do. Because when somebody wants something and when somebody know what they want, they just gonna go get it, baby. They just gonna go get it. Fitness ain't nothing but a hustle. To get your body right, you got to be about that hustle and you got to be about that work because it's a hustle. It ain't never going to get easy. It's a hustle. Every time you step your foot in that gym, it's a freaking hustle. And you better be about that work because if you ain't about that work, you ain't about no change. Fitness is a hustle and fitness is work. Like my boy Sean say, you can make it a chore, baby, or you can make it a freaking choice. It's up to you. You make the decision. Don't cry and whine away but where your body is when you ain't doing nothing about it. You look even more, now you didn't went from dummy, now you're going big dummy. But I digress. What do I know? Stop pretending. Be who you are. If you want change, stop pretending. Stop pretending and be who you are, and you're going to get change. I guarantee it. When you stop pretending and be who you are, change is coming. It's inevitable. You are where you are based off of the choices you make and the mindset you choose to have. It's always going to be you versus you. And that mirror stays cold-blooded. Because every time you look in it, it's going to give you all that smoke of truth. That reflection ain't nothing but smoke of truth. That's where you are. That mirror is cold-blooded, and it's going to give you that truth every time you look at it, baby. So it's up to you. You got to stop pretending. Stop pretending in these jive relationships. Stop pretending when it comes to your body and your fitness. Stop pretending and trying to be pleased and liked and accepted. If they don't like you for who you are, F them all. F them all. And don't worry about how they even feel about it. Life is too short to be gassing people up with BS. Life is too freaking short to be pretending to be something that you're not. Life is too short to be chasing and buying for people's acceptance. Life is too short to be lying about how good that you are not. Life's too short, man. December 18 ain't been the same since, and I'd be damned if I go back to who I used to be. I'm giving you all the smoke of that brutal truth, that butt naked truth. I don't care whether you like it or not, because I know I'm not coming at you in a malicious way. I know I'm not coming at you to try to purposely hurt you. I'm coming at you to challenge your thinking. I'm coming at you to challenge you to elevate your mind. I'm coming at you to challenge yourself for growth. not only physically, but mentally and psychologically and emotionally. I'm going to challenge you. Truth challenges you. Lies is never going to challenge you. Lies always tell you what you want to hear. Take it from somebody who pretended for years. Them days is long gone. Long gone. Period. Surround yourself with people who gonna make you uncomfortable with brutal transparency, truth. Being candid and having all the candor. You want to be around people who gonna challenge you to level your mindset up. If you wasting time, if people ain't helping you elevate if they ain't challenge you to elevate your mind, why are you with them? But you got a few moments to kill? Listen, man. Be mindful of the company that you keep, man. I'm telling you, it will make or break you. Be mindful of the company you keep. There's nowhere in the world I'm not going to be surround myself around nobody who's not trying to challenge me to elevate my thinking. A dummy hanging around big dummy. The blind. Just oh man. The blind leading the stupid. I mean, why you want to be a part of that equation? Why you want to be a part of the blind leading the stupid? Ain't you tired of that? Don't you want something different? Don't you want to know what it feels like to be free? If you want true change in your life, stop worrying about what people think. They're going to judge you no matter what. So let them judge. They're going to talk no matter what. So let them talk. But keep it moving on that positive path, which is a narrow path. That negative path, that jump broad, boy. That jump broad. That negative path is so broad, so many people on it. But that positive path, that thing is narrow. Not too many people on that path because they like to gravitate toward the negative, the nonsense. It's up to you. You make the choice. Listen, this is Sean, man. Thank you for tuning in to the No Judgment Zone with myself, discussing topics with no judgment. And like I said at the end of this segment, listen, I'll start judging people once I'm perfect too. But since I'm in no danger of never becoming perfect, you will never have to worry about me ever judging you. Follow me on FIMP. Follow me on Instagram at Driven Not Motivated 21. Follow me on Facebook, my private page. Not only is this podcast in remembrance of my mom, but my private page for imperfect, non-judgmental people only, FIMP, is in remembrance of her. Follow me on TikTok at TaylorMade2169. YouTube, Gwen's Boys Mindset. I hope this is streaming to my YouTube channel today. But that's it, man. I'll catch you guys on the flip, man. Keep it positive out there, man. Listen, surround yourself around some real positive people, man. And surround yourself with people who are going to give it to you. Honestly, they're going to give it to you. They're going to give you that truth with no chasing. Surround yourself with those people, okay? Because them the ones that truly care about you, not the people who telling you what you want to hear. I'll catch you guys on the flip. Peace.